going into the 6th episode of Marvel's Hawkeye, there is a lot of excitement among Marvel fans that everything that happened over on the Netflix side of things will be canonized. For those of you that don't know what that means, it means that it will be made relevant and that those events all took place in the core MCU. Now, of course, spoiler alerts from this point on out. So all this interesting info came at us from a recent interview with Polygon, where the Hawkeye directing duo Bert and Birdie talked a little bit about the approach that Marvel Studios gave them in regards to the canon style and how to approach these characters that they were getting from Netflix. Now, of course, the big one that they have as of right now, because only the 5th episode is out, as of the recording of this video, the 6th one is not out yet. The Kingpin is the big one. And of course, if you've seen Spider-Man No Way Home, you know there's a couple connective pieces of tissue in there that kind of line up the different events and everything. And the two reveal that when Marvel Studios gave them the go-ahead, they did, and I quote, not require or need to meld with Daredevil and Hawkeye, end quote. AKA what they're saying is that the version of Kingpin that they have in this did not need to be the same version that interacted with Daredevil and had all that history. Essentially, they sort of had a new clean slate. Now, while some people look at this as a bad, I honestly look at this as a good thing because it means that, yes, those events can still have happened, but you don't need to directly reference them all this time and constantly go back to it. You know, one criticism I think many of us have in regards to the MCU is how everybody references the Battle of New York, the day, the battle. It's like, guys, come on, we know. You can stop being vague. It would kind of get very boring if they had to do that all the time. And they say that they were very excited about Wilson Fisk and that they looked at everything that was happening over on the Netflix side of things, all those characters, and we're going to have answers soon in regards to the canon status of that and whether these are the same characters and what's happened. But again, we got to wait and see. Now, the biggest takeaway I have here is them saying that it's about where the character is now and where the character is going and not where the character has been. And that's kind of the big deal here. It's a new type of storytelling. It's a new changed world. Before, Kingpin would have never interacted with an Avenger just because of the logistics, but now he can. So the story changes and you got to evolve with it. And I understand what they're saying. So soon we're going to have those answers. We're going to have the bigger, more clearer picture, hopefully. But overall, I think it's a safe bet to say that you can pretty much consider everything canon, but they're never going to go back to specific events and be like, hey, remember that time in episode 4 of season 2 when this happened? Well, guess what? It's a big deal now. That's not going to happen because they don't want to do that. It's about the here and now and not the past. So hopefully that makes sense. And I will not be surprised if Wilson Fisk does mention a couple of things here or there, but they're not crucial to the central plot because that would truly actually take away from everything and make it feel like you're missing a giant part of the story, which obviously they don't want you going to sub to Netflix to catch up. That's not their goal.